in terms of my question, I think most people here believe that it's extremely important in everything that we're doing to speak our mind, to speak freely. That's why we're here. But in terms of practicality, there's a lot of things that get in the way of our lives as students. You know, we have our GPA to look out for, job prospective. So in terms of practicality, what are kind of maybe your tips and your perspective on the steps that students can take to kind of speak their mind while not sacrificing kind of their future perspectives?
Well, I can tell you a couple of things that are very practical. Don't write in your essays what you think the professor wants to hear. There's absolutely no excuse whatsoever for doing that. Now, first of all, most professors, even those who have descended into a state of ideological possession, let's say, most of them still have enough character to grade an essay that's well written properly. So you're actually taking less of a risk than you would think by stating what you have to state. But look, if you start practicing when you're in university, when the stakes are rather low, pandering to the audience, let's say, and saying what you think will get you by, you're going to train yourself to do that. And what that means is you're going to train yourself in the falsification of your character. And your character is the only thing you have to guide you through life. You know, people dream of riches and they dream of luxury and all of that, but that's a thin defense against the harsh realities of the world. You have your character. And so what you do when you go to university is you learn to say what you think as clearly as you can, and to take the slings and arrows that come along with that. Not in an arrogant manner, right? Because like, what the hell do you know? You know, so you've got plenty to learn, but you want to formulate your thoughts carefully. You want to write what you think. Well, why? Because when you're writing, you're thinking. You're laying out the arguments that you're going to use to structure your existence in the world throughout your entire life. And if you start to twist and bend those for expedient reasons, you're going to warp your soul. And I mean, I could talk about that neurophysiologically if you want to. You know, you become what you practice. You automate what you practice. So if you automate expedient speech for the sake of short-term gain, then that's what you're going to produce. You're going to produce expedient speech for short-term gain. Well, God help you if you do that. Like, there is nothing that you will possibly do in your entire life that will serve you better than to get control of your voice in university. And obviously you do that by reading, right? You read great people. You do that by writing what you think. You stay true to yourself while you write what you think, and you take the risks and you gain the benefits that go along with that. You learn to stand up and speak and to listen carefully. And that makes you a negotiator of unparalleled power. And if you're a negotiator of unparalleled power, there's nothing in the world that won't open itself up to you. So that's what you're doing in university. And if you find professors who reject that, and there's fewer of them than you might think, then it's your sacred obligation to stand up for yourself against that. Because it's going to happen to you throughout your whole life, and you might as well start practicing how to do it right now. So that's how it looks to me.
Yeah, there's an old saying that I write. I write in order to know what I think. And you'll note how compelled speech interferes in that process, yes?
So well, the idea that you have to write what your professor wants is a form of compelled speech. It's like, I really do believe that this is a fundamental issue. As a therapist, say, when I'm trying to help someone set their life straight, I do my best not to compel their speech. And the reason for that is quite clear. It's like, you have your destiny with all its attendant triumphs and sufferings, and it's on your shoulders. I don't want to tell you how to think. I don't want to tell you how to think because I do not know how you should think. You have to figure that out for yourself. And then you have to bear the responsibility for that. And you're a terribly arrogant fool if you dare to tell someone else how it is that they should conduct themselves through life. Now, I mean, having said that, well, obviously I say, well, you should tell the truth, or at least you shouldn't lie. But that's not a dictate of action, so to speak. It's a dictate of process. It's like, well, you shouldn't interfere with the mechanism that allows you to solve all the problems that you will face in your life. And you come to university maybe to prepare for a profession, you know, and to set yourself up economically. But to set yourself up economically properly. I don't care what your profession is going to be. There is no one who is more powerful than someone who can communicate. It doesn't matter what the field. It doesn't matter if you're a plumber or a politician. If you can formulate your thoughts clearly, if you can conduct yourself honorably in your action and your speech, if you're articulate and careful, then the world opens itself up to you. You have an unlimited horizon of possibility. So,
Thank you very much.
yeah.